What's up, guys? I'm going to tell you a story today. I'm going to start at the beginning. So this is my 2020 Shelby GT500. It is stock with the exception of some BC forged wheels and this crazy Avery fresh satin spring wrap. And we've also got like a little carbon fiber piece up there on the trunk. But other than that, stock vehicle. Was fixing to start doing a crazy build on this vehicle. Was coming back from picking up Sam, my brother's supercharged F-150, and we're coming through Birmingham, get hit in the rear end. Long story on that, and I'll give you the cliff notes really quick, and then I'll jump back over to kind of where I'm at today and what we're doing with this vehicle. So I top a hill in Birmingham in a 4-lane. Traffic's basically stopped. There's a cop car in the middle of the fast lane, and he's got somebody pulled over in the lane in front of him. So I've got a decision to make. Do I whip it over in the lane beside me? Which, that's what I want to do. I can't do that. There's a tractor trailer there and I don't have enough time to pass him or enough room to slow down and go around him. So I brake check down, but there's like 60 cars behind me not paying attention. And what happened next was tragic, guys. I get nailed in the rear end by a car that's trying to brake check down. He ends up going up on the wall and then comes back down, hits me in the rear. So that's been about 2.5 months ago now. We've found out that the guy that actually started the accident, that's at fault in the very back, has no insurance. He lies to the Birmingham police officer, puts down a bunch of bogus stuff. It's actually a rental car from Enterprise that he didn't take the insurance on, and he doesn't have insurance, which I don't even know how that happens. I think he took some kind of basic insurance from Enterprise, but I'm gonna give you some tips here in just a second on what to do to try to keep this from happening to you. So I talk with attorneys in Birmingham, locally, get a lot of advice, talk with insurance people, and I find out that there's absolutely nothing I can do. Basically, I get screwed in this situation. I'm the tax-paying, insurance-carrying, good citizen that was doing what he was supposed to do. And in this case, I'm gonna end up paying my full deductible and getting this car repaired. But I've got to take the wrap off, I've got to put the wrap back on. I've been without my vehicle to be able to do YouTube for 2.5 months. You've seen it on the channel just a couple of times, not a lot, but we've got that blame bumper almost ripped off the back. I'll show you real quick. Got hit right here hard. It smashed some stuff underneath, broke a lot of stuff, but it actually got into that quarter panel, and that's where the real big money's gonna come from. So if you don't know, we have 5 or 6 cars here on the channel, which turns into a pretty big insurance bill that we have to pay. So I carry a higher deductible on each one of those vehicles, and by bumping my deductible from $1,000 to $5,000, if I have a big accident, I end up cutting my rate so much that I could probably have one accident a year and still come out ahead of the game. Obviously, I don't ever plan on having accidents, but here we are. We've got a $10,000 to $15,000 repair bill. I'm gonna get most of that paid for by insurance, but I'm out $5 grand. There's nobody to sue because the guy that doesn't have insurance is a deadbeat from somewhere down in Atlanta. He has no money, so there's nothing to go after in that case. It kills me to see this wrap come off of this car. This is probably the coolest color that I've ever had on any vehicle whatsoever to this day. It doesn't matter how dirty it is because it is nasty right now. I've not kept it clean while I've been waiting to get into the shop and for them to get all the parts in. But people break their necks, honk their horns, thumbs up. Doesn't matter if they're Chevy guys, Dodge guys. People love this freaking car right now. So it kills me to see this wrap come off. We're gonna be back to an all white car in about a week. If everything goes well, we'll be picking this up. It'll be all white. No straps on it because I peeled the strap kit off to be able to put this wrap on it. So we'll be back to where we were. In some of my other videos, I talked about how this has been a big money loss for me because this car, from what I paid for it, sticker, and what you can actually sell one for that's in good condition right now, I'm gonna lose money there. But I don't plan on selling the car, so I don't really lose that money. So where I'm out right now is the $5,000 for my deductible. I actually got the insurance company to cover the cost of rewrapping the car, so I won't be out on that front. So we've got decisions that we get to make now on how we do the wrap when we go back on. I mean, this is a full body wrap. The door jambs are done. It's a beautiful job. It's a satin finish with satin stripes, so it's really special. We're gonna make decisions very soon on what we go back with. And we've also maybe already made some decisions on what we're gonna do with this vehicle ultimately. I need a good, dependable daily driver because most of the things on this channel get broke. They're constantly getting upgraded. There's just a big turnover with most of the vehicles on our channel, so I need something that's a steady Eddie. So we're making some decisions on how we're gonna build this thing out, but let me talk to you about insurance really quick. The big thing that I've learned from this whole, I guess, saga that we've had going on with this car, because it kills me, but the thing I learned is when you have an accident, it doesn't, and there was 3 people involved in this, 3 cars involved in this, it doesn't matter really. I mean, you got to do what the cop says. The cop in this case instructed me not to talk to the other people that were also in the accident. He said he would gather up all the information, that it would be on the police report. The problem with that is, and hear me when I say this, when you get that police report, that's all the information you've got, and that's all you can go on. So I've had to do basically some background checking and like some running to try to find out on the internet, who is this person, you know, what do they have, can I get anything back from them, do they even have the right kinds of insurance? That's really hard to do when you don't even have the correct cell phone. Yes, this guy put an incorrect cell phone number. He gave that to the officer, wrong address, wrong everything. So he was already being malicious and trying to do everything he could to disguise who he was and how to get to him to actually be able to get information on how to sue him. So here's my advice. When you have an accident, whether you're at fault or not, the person that you need to be able to get in contact with, get their cell phone number from them. Immediately get your cell phone out and call their number and see if they answer the phone, because that's the only way you're going to know that you actually have a correct cell phone number. I would say go ahead and Google them while you're there on the scene and make sure they are who they say they are. Make sure that the officer is very detailed in the information that he gets, and tell them, like, I don't want to be stuck with a police report that doesn't allow me to get to the person that I need to get to if I have a problem with this. Secondly, know your insurance policy. I had an overrider, or I guess an additional rider on this policy, to where if I wreck this vehicle, I should be able to get a stated value of $100,000 that I named. And I paid the premium on that part of this policy, but I didn't read that. And that only applies if I total the vehicle. This crash was a long ways from totaled, especially guys, if you've got a higher end drivetrain where you've got a really expensive motor and transmission, like in this case, it's going to take a lot to total this vehicle out. It's going to have to be a much bigger accident. Well, in this case, that's not going to cover for me, so it doesn't cover my deductible, it doesn't cover anything. What I'm going to end up with is a car that gets put back together very well. I'm here at Mercedes-Benz in Knoxville, that's where I'm actually having the work done, but it's going to be a wrecked GT500, so that's always going to be on the record of this car, and if I ever get rid of it in the future, I'm going to get less money because of that accident. Right now, this story is not over. This isn't the ending. It's not a great spot right now. Like, we've still got some money to spend, and we have to do all the work to line everything up to get everything put back like it was, and that's a big inconvenience. But we're going to make sure that this story has a good ending. If you want to see how this ends, and if you want to see what we do with this car, hit subscribe down below. If you like this video and you like that we kind of show you everything on this channel about everything we do with all of our vehicles, we talk about the money, lots of stuff that maybe other channels don't talk about. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and guys, we'll have another video out with this car all the way fully repaired here in about a week or so. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.